We are so close to the NBA Finals. We just finished one series, and now we have one more left to go. This is the Ridgeway Pod. I'm your host Udoy with Ush, and we're here to talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder defeating the Minnesota Timberwolves in a nice 5 games. I think that's what Dallas did to the Timberwolves last year too, if I'm remembering.
Yeah, I think so.
And
Yep.
we'll continue. Well, I guess while the series is still going on, we'll analyze what we've seen so far in the Indiana Pacers and New York Knicks game. Please comment and hit that like button if you like this video. We appreciate all the support. And now let us jump into the Western Conference Finals: Oklahoma City versus Minnesota Timberwolves. Okay, 4-1. The game three was the one Minnesota got back in
hmm
Minnesota, and I just wanted to quickly start off with I saw a post today where Shea was saying that they wanted to celebrate it with the fans,
hmm
like this moment, and then everyone's saying, "Oh, so they threw game three then to do this," and then someone else quoted the tweet and said, "Yeah, we're not winning both at Indiana because they want to." But imagine being so good that you can throw a game, hypothetically speaking, or whatever,
yeah.
theoretically speaking, or conspiracy wise, and like, yeah, we want to win in front of the fans. Our first chip, the youngest team in the NBA, youngest team to go to the finals, one of. Shea is like, this is his third year being a superstar. Like, what, bro? Like, this is unheard
Honestly,
of, man.
I think that just goes to show how dominant of a team this is. Like I've said
Yep.
this all year, where you know when I watched them at the end of last year, and then coming into this season, I was like, yeah, this is the next Boston. Like they're just gonna kind of run through the competition and just get a ring. It's a testament to how great team building this Sam Presti and Mark Dagnall and ownership has done, and it's also a testament to how great like this roster, like these players are. Like Shea from last year, like you could be like, oh, maybe when we look at his numbers, I even say like last year he didn't really do anything wrong. Like he was getting his numbers till he's averaging 30 against the Mavs, but the leadership aspect of it is where he's grown a lot, and also
Mm.
the aspect of he's at this point of in your career when like you're just unstoppable. Like like you just get to that point when you're a superstar where like the only way you're gonna beat me is anybody else on my team is just gonna sell me. Like I'm never losing the game for you, and that's how good Shea is. But honestly, this series was the biggest shout out to Chet and biggest shout out to Caruso, because those two
Yep.
guys, like they're game breakers. They just broke every game. Chet, I know it's not hard to outplay Rudy, but Chet made it so that Rudy couldn't be played at all. Like after game 3, I think that's the one they lost.
Hmm.
After game 3, um the next two games, like Rudy, I think Rudy had 32 minutes in game 4. Funny enough, which was their closest game. I think it was like a 2-point game at the end, and then the Thunder started following up 3. But Chet just was so impressive that series. I know we watched a ton of the games together, like for this series, and every time we were watching these games, we were just like, we are in the beginning of the game. We are like, oh, Chet, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you getting punked by Rudy? This, that, and Rudy's an all-world defender. But then there's just these stretches when Shea's on the bench and Chet's the only center on the court, and he can go just give you 12 straight points, 3 blocks. Like the fourth quarter, I think the fourth quarter of game 2, the third quarter end of third quarter going to the fourth quarter, he went ballistic. Like he literally, I think he had 12 points in the fourth, 3 blocks almost,
Right.
5 rebounds. Like he just broke the game open for them. Like the team, this is like, if you we've we've coined the term, all of us, with it's called the OKC Blitz. It's like the Warriors third quarters back in the days, when they were in their prime. And
Yep.
like that's just not it's the catalyst obviously is Shea, but it's the whole team. They start forcing turnovers like it's nothing, and then it's an avalanche. It's just a blitz. Like it's nonstop. You turnover after turnover, and then teams are taking bad shots after bad shots, I think the biggest thing, what Ant said in the post game conference, he goes, they're like 15 players on a puppet string, and
Hmm.
that's what it is. That's how the team. This is how it has been all year. They play the whole full 14, 15 man rotation all year. Every single player knows their role and is ready to be called up at any point, and they all kind of do the same thing. I think last pod we were saying that I was saying that, yo man, like if they're to bench J Dub and Dort and replace them with Kaysen and Caruso, like there really wouldn't be that much of a difference. Obviously, I was being like a little bit hyperbole, but
Yeah.
like that's how just how great this team is. It's just insane.
It's true. I think the going the single big, like how they have the double big with Hartenstein and Chet. When Dagnall decided that Chet's going to be the only big man, especially for them on the floor, I feel like it just opened up so much. It's like
Yep.
that's why it's so cool that they're like such a good mixture of like they have everything. Like they could go
Hmm.
super small on you, and they could go like hella big on you if they need that like advantage, and then they have like the best player making the best shots right now with a great supporting cast. Like you said, like Shea is gonna do Shea things, like every superstar does. But J Dub had such an awesome, awesome series. Like he made so many great, great shots. I know that game 4 where the role players for the Timberwolves, like Dante and all of them, were hitting their
They had
Nah,
like
I think it was
60% on.
going off. And then
Yeah.
the big three for the Oklahoma City Thunder were the ones that like held it down and made sure they like won that game. And it was like, the one where Shea fell and passed it to thing and he hit every
Mm.
three like thing. J Dub and then Chet was like phenomenal. So it's like it's really cool that they're a great team, but they all click at the same time. And it's like it's a testament to the coaching staff too, where it's like, look what happens when you got everyone involved and everyone locked in. So they're ready for the big moment. You're seeing, we're gonna go into that series later, but like everyone was talking about Thibodeau not using his bench, and now he is opting to use his bench. And they won the first game, like the one game they won in that series when like Deuce
Mm.
McBride came in because Jalen Brunson got into foul trouble too, also. And it's like, but like if you just did that for like a not 82 games, but maybe a 50 games out of the 82 games and give runs, you will have the next man up. And like Indiana is kind of showing that too in
Well,
a
there
smaller
it's like
degree. But yeah, than
it
Oklahoma.
it's crazy because it's like you know how when we watch the Nuggets play, it's like it's kind of like they're soldiers going to war. Like they're just ready to jump on the grenade at any time for
Right.
Jokic. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just how they play. But then OKC and the Pacers in this aspect too, they have 10 more of those guys. That's the thing.
All ready
I
to
get
go.
like you know what I mean? Like any single player is gonna just put everything on the line. They will do every little thing. The only player that I ever see like when someone's coming downhill and they kind of just like let them go, it's only Shea that does it. And
Hmm.
Shea is still an all-world defender. He's still one of the best defenders in the league, in my opinion. But
Hmm.
he obviously knows that I'm not getting in. I'm not. It's not my job to get in foul trouble here. Like
Yeah,
I'm
because
not.
they need me
That's
over
not.
there.
They
Yeah,
need me over there. But every other person on that team,
yeah,
bro, Chet's getting postered. Just he's just gonna go and contest. It doesn't matter. You
yeah.
know, Kaysen's just every passing lane pass, they're all there. They're
Yeah.
just heads on a swivel. It's just obviously their
Caruso.
roster is
Yeah.
just better. I think their roster overall is better than Minnesota's, but also the effort is there. Like this playoffs is a testament to how much effort everybody else is willing to bring to the team when it is not just scoring aspect,
Yeah.
which is the best thing about this OKC team. Like, um, Chet only takes 13 like field goals a game. You think Chet wants to take only 13 field goals a game? You think like Lou Dort taking as many field goals a game as Chet is like it's blasphemous when you say it out loud, but it's like yeah, that's just how the team works though. And none of them, not a single one of them have an ego, which is
That's
like
true.
crazy to me.
That's what's sick. I feel like we're in this NBA now where I don't know, correct me if we've seen this before, but it's like the best team time to be where your team's gonna succeed is like your star is your superstar. Like that's given.
Mhm.
So it's still superstars matter, but you haven't paid the rest of the guys just yet. So it's kind of like
Yeah,
NFL. Before you pay the quarterback,
yeah.
build a sick ass team, get your one Super Bowl at least. So then now like Jalen Hurts and all these guys. Like,
You don't want to be the
if
Bengals and then
if
just like
Brock
lose it.
Purdy, won against the Chiefs two Super Bowls ago, it's like
Mhm.
their team is like stacked, and then they just have Brock Purdy just game managing type, like whatever, like it's no big bucks yet. So it's like, yeah, exactly. The Bengals are like everyone's getting paid, and it's like now the roster's super like limited. Whereas
It's over for them.
and it's like when you look at like Boston's looking to like, unfortunately, because they just won their one chip, it's like now we have to like make money space, right? Like because of the apron stuff. And then Philly is in, I don't know how much in Philly. I haven't even looked into it, but I assume they're in a lot of taxes or are going to be, because all the names they have.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Friggin' Golden State's on it, and you're like, wait, who's there after Draymond? But Golden State's also in the bonus and stuff, and they have aging superstars. That's the thing, right? So, and obviously the Lakers have their stuff too, but Oklahoma's in such a perfect situation, and so is the Indiana Pacers. Funny enough, to a lower degree, it's just talent is better on Oklahoma. That's all the difference is. But it's just
to get to something
crazy.
though. I wanted to get to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we're gonna talk about Oklahoma a lot in the next couple of weeks because they're in the freaking finals. So congrats to them. Yay. Western Conference Finals.
I'm happy for them because this is the team I picked.
That's
but
true. Magic Johnson trophy
I'm
to
not
Shea.
Surprised at all. Like, you know what I mean?
Versus Jason Tatum, by the way. But okay. But let's talk about the team. It's a eulogy for the Timberwolves that got kicked out. Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'll let you start because, like, yeah, I know we have lots of thoughts about this team and those stars, but yeah.
Just to start off with, I'm just gonna run you some numbers on Mr. Superstar over here, top 5 in the world, top 5 Ant. In this series, he averaged 23 points per game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists on 47% shooting, 28% from 3, and 68% from the field goal. That is like,
wait, what from field goal?
He averaged 47% from field goal, 28% from the 3, and 68% from the free throw line.
Right. Okay, free throw line. Okay.
Yeah. The next player is Julius Randle, 17, 5 and 3, and then it's Jaden McDaniels, 13, 4 and 6, etc. Everybody played pretty poorly. I just wanted to say about this Minnesota Timberwolves team, there was a reason why they were the 6th seed. There was a reason why during the Lakers series I was so confident with the Lakers that they would win this series. It's because this Minnesota Timberwolves team is a very sloppy, undisciplined basketball team, and they've been this way for quite a long time. They are super athletes, and they can take advantage of, and they're like such a high volume 3-point shooting team, but when they have to go up against any type of team that slows down the ball or speeds up their offense, they crumble like it's nothing. It is insane to see. Back-to-back years, they lose the same way.
Yeah.
The opposing team slows the game down, OD on offense, and then on defense they make them. You have to make quick reads. You have to make the right passes.
I just feel like they outsmart them.
They literally, it's
both times.
That's all it does.
Yeah.
How many when we were watching those games, and you watch the Minnesota Game 5 was the epitome of it. They had 3 made baskets in the first quarter, 9 points, 3 made baskets in the first quarter. Like it's the.
I don't know if it's a like thing. 2 minutes, 2 turnovers, or 4 minutes, like in like. The first something like minutes, they got like 4 turnovers or something.
9 points in 12 minutes. Yeah, it was embarrassing. But I don't know if it's a Chris Finch thing or if it's a personnel thing or it's an Anthony Edwards thing. I don't know what it is, but they have no idea they have no offense at all. Their offense is shoot threes. If we hit them, let's go. The one game we win, we hit 17, we make 18, 23s, whatever it is.
No.
Nas and all these guys, they all shoot threes. Like, I don't think people really realize that, like, OKC's game plan was basically like, okay guys, like, y'all want to shoot threes, y'all don't take good threes. Even your open threes are deep threes. You don't get corner threes. They don't run pick and rolls to get into the paint. They don't and it's so easy to trap Ant because
that's what I was gonna say.
Ant is like look, if he once Ant takes a step inside the 3-point line, everybody just like can look at him, and he's not gonna make the right read, and the rest of the team, nobody respects their 3-point shooting. A volume 3-point shooting team is not a good 3-point shooting team.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Another thing also is as soon as he steps in the 3-point line, it's so predictable where he's gonna go. He's gonna go straight to the rim. So that's when they just pack it because he either shoots threes or goes to the rim. With his athleticism, he has like look, bro. How many times did you see Shea stop on a dime and pull up midi? And I know that's Shea's bread and butter, but it's funny because it's like Jason Tatum. All of these guys have that in their bag. Like Ant was so easy to game plan. It's like either he's gonna pull up from three and like clank it, or if it goes in, or he's gonna just drive to the rim. And then you saw in the first two series how poor his finishing was actually. Like it sounds like he was awful, but it genuinely for his caliber of a star, he was not finishing his layups like that. And then secondly, it's then it's like, okay, so we know he's just gonna come to this, so just pack the paint in that case, or like just poke the ball out because he's coming in hot. You know what I mean?
Not even poke the ball, not even pack the paint, bro. It's I only need one other body there, so it's gonna be Chet.
Yeah, and he's 6'5", right?
But it's also he does not know he does not know where any of his players are.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Like he's not gonna kick. Yeah.
Where it's like he doesn't know where. Okay, I know the short corner pass is gonna be open, or I know that far side corner three. Is
when this happens, we do this.
You know, Mike Conley's gonna be at the 45 over here, and I know that he's gonna be over here.
No,
and I don't know if. That's why my question is like, do they even practice this? Have they ever practiced these things? It's like fundamental skills when you're as good as what you are. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like when people say, I seen some of Wolves fans like complaining about like they're like, oh, like like you can't double the OKC, you can't double OKC because Shea's everybody's a good shooter, blah blah blah, that. But it's not really you can't double Shea. It's that because Shea saw doubles in the Wolves series. I mean the
Denver,
the Memphis series, the Denver series. He saw a bunch of doubles, a bunch of traps sent to him. It's more so that Shea, first of all, is a 3-level scorer, so he can get to anywhere. Shea is also, he's just people are gonna complain about the free throws and this that. He's the best manipulator of his body. He knows how to manipulate it so well. And Shea, even though I'm not saying Shea's like some elite point guard passer, this that.
Yeah.
Shea knows where his teammates are, and this is a chemistry thing. And that's my thing with the Wolves. It's like these guys just run around all willy-nilly.
So Minnesota reminds me of like you just go to play pickup at LA Fitness, and it's like they just got together right there. It's like, oh, we have like 3 guys. Yo, you want to be 4? And it's like only 2 people really know each other. Barely, like you know what I mean. And the other guys are just like, they always look like they're feeling out, or they're just running around and just hopefully like someone's open and stuff. But nobody really knows how. Like you guys didn't just play 82 games like the whole year.
You know what the other thing is like, and like this is my point that I'm getting to is with all this is that, look, I know y'all love Ant, and Ant is like the greatest marketed player of all time. Like we haven't seen this type of marketing since Michael Jordan in his prime,
especially so young.
And I get it. He's 22 years old. He has a lot to grow. 23 years old. He has a lot of room to grow. Blah blah blah.
But
first of all, stop crowning him as top 5 or top 10. He's not. Yeah. Like people will genuinely say that Jalen Brunson is. I mean, he's better than Jalen Brunson, and like no statistical category he's even sniffing Brunson in. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's
true. The second point is last year. Guess what? If you go back to our literally 365 days ago when we put out a pot out about when the Dallas Mavericks are going to the finals, we said Ant has to work on this playmaking thing. Like he has to figure out how to pass the ball. He has to figure out how to manipulate defenses to make his offensive game easier.
Yeah.
What did he do in the summer? He learned how to shoot 15 threes a game. For what reason? I don't know.
That's true. Like let me just really quickly. I wanted to pull it up real quick. Yeah. Okay. Last year too, he averaged like 24.6 points per game. Like, you know what I mean? Like on 43% shooting, cool. Like I don't even care about the percentages, but it's like Anthony Edwards, this Michael Jordan second coming, whatever. People are saying, forget Michael Jordan, but like he's a top 5 player. I've seen lists, where it's like, oh, the Europeans and and then Luka comes like 7th in this list nowadays, by the way. So it's like, okay, what kind of output is he giving you when the stakes are at its highest? Because Luka has gone to conference finals and done X, Y, and Z, and his team has betrayed him, first of all, by getting rid of players that he thrived with, and second of all, then trading his whole ass to a whole other team after making a finals. And I know it's like, why are you bringing up Luka? But it's like, because the energy is not kept the same. Forget Luka. If it's like all these people that are talking about Shea, like I think you told me this today. It's like they're not propping Shea up. They just wanted to.
They want to shit on Luka.
They just want to shit on Luka or something like that. It's
That's
like,
what it is.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Shea,
or no, and now Shea's
saw,
being used to also bash Tatum. I don't know if you saw Colin Cowherd's soliloquy today about Shea's giving me everything we want Tatum to do. And then he brought in LeBron James's name, where it's like, LeBron, you guys critique LeBron like that, so I'm going to critique Tatum like that. Okay, first of all, I didn't know when he became a big LeBron guy, but like, whatever. Like, it's just
same guy who said we got Ben Simmons now.
Yeah, but we're just bashing others to like tear them down, to not even lift others. We just want to bash. That's the problem. Lift whoever you want, I guess so. But it's like, yo, like, I think you guys go way too far because you have a agenda to do. Like, and this is like not media even. Like, it's just a social media scene. Yeah, it's just weird. Yeah.
You want one crazy stat I want to give. Ant had 23 assists in this entire series. He had 16 turnovers.
That's the thing. And that's the thing, right? Like, when you're talking about like a top 5, top 3 players, that's the thing. Don't put him in that conversation yet. He has so much room to grow, and he hasn't even sniffed what the others have done, like in their thing. Like, okay, yeah, now he's slowly starting to like, be like 2-time Western Conference Finals. That's nothing to like. If I'm a Wolves fan, at the end of the day, that's a fire season in comparison to many others, like the Clippers or some shit, or 100%. The Lakers. But it's like, bro, there's so much he can like that. There's like flawed, but it's like people choose to like let go of the flaw to like just talk about the good.
My other thing is, it's like I get it, like like I get it that you're young and there's a lot of room to grow, but we've seen so many players who have had early success, and then they won't even sniff the finals. They won't even sniff the playoffs
ever again. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You know what it is too?
But that's why my thing is, it's like you're coming off a year where there's your first ever Western Conference Finals. Okay, cool. There's a lot to grow. There's a
best
bunch
defense
to grow and learn, but there's also like so much to look forward to. Like, your team is so good, you just got to work on your own stuff. And then you come into the next season, you play worse than you did the previous season, and then you come to the playoffs and you played worse than you did in the previous season as well. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Where it's like, okay, so since you didn't evolve your game at all over the summer, especially when you went to America, I mean, you played Team USA and everything like that. It's like, you didn't learn nothing, bro. All you learned is what? Telling Obama like you're him. Like, I don't know, man.
The thing with Anthony Edwards, I think, is like, a lot of people are in love with the potential of Anthony Edwards. But they're not. But everyone else is like judged on who they are now.
Literally.
But Ant is like, they allow it because it's like, oh my god, but like he dunks, he can jump.
We're watching Haliburton right now.
Yeah, right.
Lead the number 1 offense back-to-back years, back-to-back ECFs, and he's just putting on the most impressive performances. We're seeing it right now. Where, when I said earlier in the pod where I said, Shea's at that point where like, I'm not losing the game. Like, like even if we lose the game, it's not on me. That's how good he is. Yeah. Haliburton's trying to get there where he's like, where his numbers and his impact
runs
on the
team.
Game.
Yeah.
Haliburton takes like 8 field goal attempts per game, and his impact is the loudest thing you can ever hear in your life. He doesn't even play defense. He doesn't play defense, bro. Ant is this all-world athlete. And probably, and I'm watching Shea pick up Ant, guard him for the whole possession, then Ant try to pick up, then Ant go to J-Dub and stand there in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro, like everything he did last season, I don't see it this season.
No, there's so many moments where like Ant is like he's not even J-Dub or Shea. It's the next guy he's sitting in the corner with because he's catching his breath, and that's another thing. Why does he?
Oh yeah, this is her big thing. Yeah,
tuckered out. It seems like. I mean, last
year
he was genuinely saying, "I got tired. I'm tired. I can't run around, chase Kyrie, chase Luka, blah blah blah, whatever." There's no chasing Luka, but anyways, this year it's like okay, he's not gonna vocalize it, but it just looks like he's dead. His legs are dead.
Well, you seen that game 4? He had maybe 3 shot attempts until the third quarter.
What does that mean? Exactly.
Like it's like you need Nah and these guys to bail you out. Like
Dante,
and when they Dante and Nas and all these guys have their great game.
Where are you? And
you're deferring to them though. That's what's happening. Why are they getting 11 threes up? It's because you're deferring to them.
And just a quick note. I hope everybody can we can come back to earth on Julius Randle. Like, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna sit here and act like he didn't have a great first 2 series. If he's the reason they actually kind of cruised through. Again, Ant really was just like getting his numbers and doing cardio. But when the going got tough, Randle came back not to earth, like he went below earth.
That game 5 was some of the most
and he looks shell shocked. And that was this trade is so crazy, the Cat for Julius Randle trade, that like I mean right now New York is kind of holding on, but again it's 3-1, right? The both teams are just like, oh, this is both of ours the same peak. It's such an equal trade. Like both, Cat can get outplayed defensively here. Randle is non-existent there, like whatever the case may be. But like it's just funny because like everyone's being like, oh, and this is why the Lakers gave up on him too early, bro. We got LeBron freaking James. Like, shut up. Like it's so.
The other thing is,
I saw those tweets too.
I'm like, for the Wolves, like, really, like, you guys desperately need like a Mike Conley replacement, like an actual point guard to come in and run and all. You know what? I'd say, go if CP3 like got legs, bro, go get CP3, man.
Oh yeah. To run an offense, they need a quarterback and a half.
Mentor, whatever he did with Shea that one year, go do it with Ant. Let's see how much.
I don't know if you saw that tweet where it's like the Shea having Chris Paul as his mentor in his second year or whatever, and Ant having Pat Bev. It just says like the 2 Pats they've been on. Like they're both the super duper level guard, dynamic guard. But look at the 2 Pats they're on. Like,
I'll say this last thing about this series.
Shout out, Baba.
This is just some petty shit, but every time the camera's on you, that's when you're saying something, bro. In game, you are never talking, bro. This is back-to-back years you're doing this. You do not talk in game at all.
But do you remember when they beat the Nuggets and he's like, "Yo, got something for Kyrie," and remember he's like,
"Bro, after they won game 3, he said, "Welcome home, chat." Like you couldn't say that in the game.
At least Mike used to say shit in the game. Remember, we saw the documentary.
It's like, bro, like
if anything, he made shit up.
Are you fake demon? Like, don't be fake demon, bro.
Is he?
You're Atlanta, Georgia boy. Like, you got like
talk your shit.
Also, like that whole kid shit. I don't like you. So.
Well, now he has all summer to go chill with his family and shit. So I mean practice. So yeah,
figure out if you want to be a dad or figure out if you want to pass the ball. It's the toughest decision of his life right now.
yeah, for sure. Like pass the rock, pass the baby. So now moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals, we're still going right now. Indiana's losing by like 20, but that's just where that's right where they want them, as knowing how devil magic works in Indianapolis. But the Knicks are down 3-1. This series has been hilarious because I alluded to it earlier where it's like Indiana, obviously they had some luckiness going on, but they took care of business, so I can't hate on them. And they have the best offense and everybody kicks in. Pascal had like 2 games of craziest shot making and he was just ISOing them up.
That game, I think it was that game 2.
Yeah, he was just that game 40? 2. Yeah,
bro, that was the entire first quarter. I don't know what Rick Carlisle watched the film and he said, "Yo, Pascal did again," because Pascal had a bad game 1.
Yeah, it was kind of
like, "Yo, we gotta get him. We gotta get his rhythm going." So every play, Haliburton bring up the ball. Oh, here Pascal at the 45. Pascal shoot, drive, doesn't matter. OG's on him, Brunson's on him. It doesn't matter. He's getting that ball up. Yeah, and they got him in like rhythm, like it's not like they're like get him.
He could not miss after that.
Oh my! And now he's just hot, like in general. Like he's the only person other than today. Today they're rough. I'm not watching. We're not watching the game, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But
But yeah, no, I saw like Haliburton. I think is getting blitzed a lot,
yeah,
which is a smart move.
Jalen has 30
You
already.
should have maybe done that when you guys were like down to one. Like get the ball out of his stupid hands, so then they have to figure out offense a different way. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, bro. But yeah. That's the thing. I remember early in the series, everyone was saying how like Cat and Brunson can't play together because like they keep getting put in action on defense and they're getting tired. Like in New York was also getting tired because Indiana plays at 10 million miles per
Yep.
hour. So that's automatically going to tire you out. I'm excited to see how Oklahoma kind of deals with that because they have the best defense, right? Versus the best offense. It's going to be cool. But pretty much they're getting tired. And then on top of that, it's like Brunson and Cat defensively is not like the craziest defensive stoppers. I'm not even trying to say like you know like they need to be even decent, but they're so tired they can't do anything in those situations. So it's just tough. But then I remember when Brunson had like 5 fouls and Cat had like 20 points in the fourth or something.
Oh my goodness,
Like
that
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 was a masterclass.
was
So
it the game 3? That was
yeah,
insane.
and they had like again, it's Cat and defenders and runners. So it's kind of like Cat being in his prime in Minnesota days, and like just like everybody move off me, right? I don't have to worry about passing to Brunson. And then yes, Brunson came and made some tough shots, and they won the game. But at this game, Brunson's owing them back, right? And like I remember Josh Hart like 400 rebounds that game too. Like
Look, my
so,
thing with the
yeah.
Knicks, my problem with the Knicks is that they paid for OG and Mikal, and OG and Mikal don't do anything.
And you know who's that fault is that? That's Dom Thibodeau
Yeah.
because it's on you to make sure they're all getting their looks. Look, man, it looks like, especially when they're going down 3-1, it just looked like Brunson. Can you do something, bro? Until Cap
And a
finally had an
lot of
explosion.
their offense is it they don't generate good looks at all.
But that's
It's
yeah,
more so Brunson is like probably the best post
guard.
player in the NBA right now.
Oh
Like in
yeah,
general,
overall, yeah.
like nobody can go. Like they literally do clear out isos, and he gets to back down somebody who's 10
His
feet taller than
footwork
him.
is
Like
insane.
it's the greatest shit ever.
Yeah,
But like I don't know if you noticed, but like all their driving kicks lead to somebody like Mikal Bridges having to dribble the ball.
yeah.
You know
And
what I
like
mean?
he
Like
has to do that fadeaway thing.
yeah, and then same with OG. OG's in the corner and he's pressed up tight. Like they none of their offensive flows to break down the defense. They're never looking to break down the defense. They're always looking to just, oh, I'm making tougher shots.
Yeah.
And when you play that way, it doesn't work. It won't work. You gotta mismatch it. You gotta find the holes. You gotta make the defense collapse. You have to change your play style. You have to change the game plan, and that's on Tom Thibodeau. Like he doesn't know how to coach an offense. It's always been
That's
a
the
thing
thing,
with him.
right?
It's always been a thing.
You know, I just felt insight and like I just thought about it, and it's like everyone keeps saying Dom doesn't go to the bench. He plays his starters too much, and he overextends them, which historically they all break down eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right here. Why does he have to go to the bench if he can? I mean, he should go to the bench, but he could even get so much more value out of Mikel and OG if he ran some looks for them.
Like
Not
you
plays,
have
like let Brunson have 70-80% of the plays and Cat get like, okay, then let them share the 50-50, but
yeah.
give 10% to those guys. They're tough shot makers too. They can hit that three,
Well,
give them an
and
open three or something.
all of their plays are predicated on isolation or a simple pick
Yeah.
and roll,
Yeah.
and it's like why like one thing that like LeBron always did and great players Luka always does it like great
Get
Jokic
your
always does it
team
too.
going.
It's not even get your team going. It's even though I'm running the play and the plays for me and I'm gonna call the screen for me. After I do it one time and I'm gonna run it again, okay, I'm looking where someone's gonna collapse. I know what's gonna happen here. Like the Shumpert story, the great Shumpert story where the LeBron's in a post and he says, "Yo, if he
Yeah.
moves, I'm passing you the ball and shoot that shit." Like things of that nature where it's kind of reading and reacting to the game
Yeah.
in the middle of the game that the Knicks just don't do. And then you have the flip side of it where Rick Carlisle will take if you give Rick Carlisle an offensive engine that doesn't want to score, he's gonna create the greatest offense you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Every shot the Pacers, I know they're all about pace, so they getting wide open looks constantly, but every shot they're gonna take is a good shot.
No,
The
every
only
time.
person,
Yeah.
only person who takes bad contested shots is Nemhard because he likes doing that midi shit. But you need one of those in the series, and
Crazy
one of
ones.
those in your game.
Yeah.
You don't need four of those. When you have four of those,
Yeah.
it's the Minnesota problem. It's like, guys, like none of us can get open.
Yeah, well, you're just doing stupid ISO stuff, right? You're not running actual plays like Kranjis on Twitter always talks about like the whole,
Yeah.
he's a Laker fan, so he talks about Lakers mostly, but like it's like, oh, Denver ran this many plays versus the Oklahoma City
Freelance.
Thunder and then versus freelance and all that stuff, and that's the thing. Like I've even seen Pascal, who's like their bucket getting ISO scoring person, like other than Nemhard, you said, he goes top of the three, he spins in, and he's his Beyblade trick. But then he passes it, and then like Ben Shepherd has a three. I don't know what the percentage is for him to shoot that three, like in terms of his efficiency. But all I know is nobody's in front. Like if he's behind the line, no one's even on the line. The defense, they're behind the three, like in the 3-point line. So he's like, "Yo, this is a great shot. Like I have to shoot this shot." Or if Pascal kept going, he keeps going.
The
But like
Obi topping
it's
cuts
not
and
hard. Yeah,
and the Matherin, the what's it called? What are those called? The 45 cut.
yeah. No,
Whatever,
it's true.
whatever it's called. Like it's like those things. You can just tell when somebody's playing like when a team actually runs an offense and then when a team doesn't. And in the playoffs, it comes down to this a lot. It comes down to if defensive playmaking and offensive playmaking. Like everybody's gonna be forcing tough shots here and there. Like you're gonna have to make tough shots. That's why you have superstars. But you want to get as many easy looks as possible for everybody else on your team. And one thing that the Knicks and the Wolves don't do.
And the thing about the Knicks too is like, bro, they're the starting five they built on paper is actually great. They have Jalen Brunson, who is an offensive juggernaut, and it's not just like chucking threes. Like he's a decent to great distributor, and he gets his shot in the post, the mid range, tough shot maker. You have Karl Anthony Towns, who can stretch the floor, another offensive engine over there. But then when you have Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, and Mikal Bridges, that's like 3 Aaron Gordons, hypothetically speaking.
Literally.
A crash, hit some threes, so they're all 2 of the 3 can shoot pretty well. So it's like on paper you have such a good team, but now like exactly like I feel like the coaching here is kind of being let down over here. It's like, damn, imagine if Mike Malone was coaching this shit right now.
I will say the biggest thing though,
right?
Josh Hart, the dynasty starts after you. Like I don't he's just not a valuable player in my opinion. Like the rebounding shit is sick. It's so cool. Like you get 15 rebounds a game.
Yeah.
Brother, you are like almost Vando level of pathetic on offense.
So we should complete the 5 because I now have Vando, Josh Hart, Kevon Looney, like all rebound. Oh, Gobert.
Yeah.
We need one more. We need one more guy.
Like elite rebounders.
Who's a point? No, or who's a point guard who's just? Oh no. Whose offense is limited nowadays?
Oh, Russell Westbrook.
No, because I just wanted to put another guard, but
let Brody
go.
Respect.
I joke. As Toda would say, I have a joke.
No, literally, like, and honestly though, like, if the Knicks, like, you know what the funniest part about all this is? If the Knicks win this series, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like, you know what I mean? It's
because Indiana could just shit, just fuck it.
Like, like Indiana just personnel-wise, like, they're just, like, they're not as good as every other team. They just, like, devil magic, power friendship.
They punch above their weight.
Craziest offense. Like, it is just an insane anybody will, like, if I'm there, I'm probably getting 4 points. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna get me an open look. You know, that's how crazy their offense is. It's so hard to guard. It's like
it's true. It just shows how much team building is important, but what you do with the personnel is very, very important too. Because
knowing your personnel, you have to 100%. Know your personnel.
Yeah,
a lot of teams want to mimic other teams, but they don't have the players to mimic that stuff. So what are you good at? Let's go with that.
You know what kills me too is the whole fact that like I don't know where people are. I guess it's just like diehard Curry fans and diehard Legacy KD fans, and it's like, how did you look at the Warriors and the Suns and Lakers post trade? Sure, if you guys want to go there, it's like But to be honest, we weren't that delusional. We just saw the Timberwolves. We thought they were kind of ass on offense, but we were even.
We just thought my team would like wake up.
Yeah, but no, so that's why I'm kind of differentiating the Lakers out of this. But it's like, how could you look at that and be like, yo, honestly, we could conference finals or bust. Like personnel wise, when you look at that like shitty ass
like
roster,
Warriors fans,
and the Suns acting like people were acting like Booker and KD.
The Suns they got jumped by to win the West for like 5 straight years.
Bro, they got jumped by Anthony Edwards last year. Exactly. I mean, Anthony Edwards also jumped Jokic, but like still, like, and that's the dog shit offense Timberwolves. Like, bro, you know what's funny? KD hasn't played a conference finals like since 2019, I think. So I don't know why they get the odds all the time.
His career is so funny, bro.
But yeah, let's not get into this hating contest.
Everybody's careers are so funny. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Like compared to like the people we be slandering, like the NBA Twitter and everybody be slandering. Some of these guys' career are just hilarious. Like, how is Tatum the butt of every joke, and he's just like infinitely more successful than everybody in his peer range and the old heads. Like, at 26, none of y'all were touching me. Not even Braun was touching me. That's how crazy I am.
Okay, I think we kind of talked about the series is enough, I guess, for like, for the most part. We're just gonna keep beating the same bush. Quickly before we go today, I guess we could quickly take a look at the All NBA teams because on our predictions, I totally forgot about this. So this is random Udoy producing idea. Let's talk about that. So I have them pulled up. I'm gonna try to recall what our teams exactly were, and we could let's just quickly talk about it, because I know it didn't match us entirely, so it's hilarious that it's not that we would be 100% right, but there were surprises for us. So the first team, I think, wasn't a surprise. It was Jason Tatum, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, Giannis, and this is where both of us were like Donovan and LeBron is like a 50-50 shot. And you had LeBron and I had Donovan because of team success. I think I said that. So I'm like, but again, that's not surprising. All NBA 2 was Jalen Brunson, Evan Mobley, LeBron James, Anthony Edwards, Stephen Curry.
That was the most egregious shit I've ever seen in my life. How the hell did you're not like Steph Curry's season's not even like sniffing Cade sneezing this year?
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, like you're giving him legacy votes, but you wouldn't give LeBron the legacy vote to go get first team.
But they'll give Steph for second team.
You're gonna give Steph the second team. Steph was barely on third team. He should at the end of our plan. We were like, okay, I'll throw in Steph.
Remember we talked about this. I said Steph for third team. Like honestly, on a motion, you're like, you were hesitant, but you're like, okay.
He didn't really have like an impressive season to me at all.
Right. And look, if you want to talk, it's funny because like that's the one that's iffy for us because the rest of those guys, you guys deserved it. I don't know if I had Cat second team or Brunson second team, but I had one of the Knicks.
They gave Steph All NBA over Alfred Sengun. Like I just don't understand how you do that.
So Steph this year, 25 points a game. I just rounded up. 4.4 rebounds, 6 assists. And Cade Cunningham, because that's the one I really thought should have got 2 for sure. 2. 26 points per game, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. Let's see their field goal percentages. Oh shit, my thing just died. But they just got they don't want me to look at field goal percentage. I think Steph was like 43%. Cade is at 47% from the field. Like,
I just don't understand. And
if you want to go to shooting,
the other guy's playing in the play-in, and this guy's in the 5th seed.
And he led them to like the Detroit Pistons. It's like such a great story. And truthfully speaking, Cade is like, in my opinion, like now Haliburton's kind of showing it, so it's kind of swinging back. I thought Cade was better than Haliburton this year. Like, so. Individually.
I think so in totality.
In like the regular season and all that shit.
I think so too.
And I was like, wow.
But also, did Curry even have a better year than Cat?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, how the hell is like it just that's the most egregious legacy vote I've ever seen in my life.
That was whack because it's like
I would rather put KD. He averages 28 points per game.
I think I had KD on the third team too. I was that was like KD was my legacy one. Like I was like, yo, honestly, if I want to take away a little team success and just individually, KD was hooping. hooping.
No, it's actually insane. Like I
Yeah,
just don't understand that. I just
I
don't understand that at
look.
all.
So
I
for
can't wrap
third
my head
team, we
around it.
had Cade Cunningham, Karl Anthony Towns, Tyrese Haliburton, J Dub, and James Harden. Shout out
Oh
to Harden.
right. So okay, so thankfully I got that Harden shit right. I was like, yo,
Yeah,
Harden's
yeah.
getting All NBA. But shout out J Dub. I didn't think
That one.
J Dub. But you know what's funny? J Dub also made All NBA defensive team.
But you know what's funnier? You're over here all year talking about how this is like one of the greatest teams. Like if they win this ring, especially, they'll cement it. And I was here like yeah, Shea's MVP and shit. If they're that all-time great team, why didn't we give them a second team? Like every time you're an all-time great thing, you would get at least two all NBA players. You do
Yeah.
when you're all NBA all-time great ass team. Like your pace, your statistics, your metrics, and eye test. And we were like, I guess maybe J Dub, but we should have been like, yeah, J Dub for sure, third team at least, but we didn't. Neither of us did that. That was
I didn't think about
yeah,
that at
and
all.
defense. You're right. He got
Yeah,
that
I
shit
didn't think.
too.
Well, they're all defensive teams. I'll just say this right now since we're on this topic at this point. So the first team was Dyson Daniels, Dort, Draymond Green, Mobley, and Amen Thompson. Shout out Amen, I guess.
Shout out.
All NBA defensive second team was Tuamani Kamara,
Yep.
Rudy Gobert, Sharon Jackson Jr., Jalen Williams, and Zubac. So my only qualms with this is Zubac should be first team instead of Amen, and
two of Ulesh's boys.
And Kamara should be first team instead of Draymond Green. I think Kamara is actually one of the best defenders in the NBA.
I love Kamara.
He is insane. I think he's one of the best. Like the Trailblazers, whenever they're ready to put on fire sale, I want everybody.
Yeah,
I want everybody on the team, bro. Their team is so many nice places.
Yeah,
Shaden, Kamara, what's his name? Klingon. I think Klingon, that kid. I know he's hurt and didn't play much. But I still think he has a very high upside.
Who, Klingon?
Yeah, Klingon.
Klingon, yeah, the rookie. Yeah. If you want Anthony Simons to be a microwave guy, I don't know, but
just everybody but Scoot, you know.
Yeah, even Gino.
But other than that, like I don't really the defensive teams I'm cool with. Like if I was
that was
name off any snubs, let me tell you right now.
Logie.
OG was just out. Bam was just out. Derek White was just out. Giannis was just out.
Yeah.
And Shea was just out. And then there's a whole bunch of other players, but yeah.
No, but like that didn't like piss me off too much. Like I was like, yeah, this kind of makes sense. So that I just wanted to quickly talk about that. Poor Vic, because he should have. This would have been his second year first team for sure.
Man. Next season it's over. Starting as
but like he had it last year. He got it.
It should have started this year, really. Where
DPOY like 10 in a row.
All NBA first team, DPOY, MVP, All NBA first team. Like starts like the 20-year run starts
for sure.
Should have started this year.
I want to see. Oh, I guess Rudy did it when like Rudy has like 4, right? But when like Dwight was winning 3 and it was just a monster, like Dwight Howard.
Dwight
was 6 because he was offensively good too. Like he was like a monster offensively as much, and defensively.
The thing with Rudy is that I noticed that like Rudy's such a smart defensive player, but he's not like a. Like defensive players who are centers, like if you want that clout, you have to be like a crazy shot blocker. Like that's the thing with Dwight. Yeah. Like Dwight was he was like Murisaki Bara. Like he was such a force. Like it scared the shit out of people to drive into the paint. Like with Rudy, it's like people will drive and then they'll realize, oh shit, I can't score on this guy actually. Like it's like people are always trying to test his gangster, and it's like. Rudy, like, you gotta be a little bit more tough, bro.
Because I even saw, you're 100% right. Because I even saw Shea drive sometimes, and then he had to like contort himself because Rudy's like all up in there. He's so smart.
That was getting sunned for like a cool first half every game.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, so Wemby already tied Dwight Howard in the amount of seasons having blocks leader. Like Wemby already has 2, and this was year 2. And Wemby got first team defense last year.
He only played 30 games.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're gonna count it because I think Wikipedia said it, but like I don't know how that works.
I think it's blocks leader still
for stats, right? Yeah, because per game, and
it's not per game. I think it's counting stats he gets, not
like the overall total.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Okay, makes
because
sense.
his number is just way higher than everybody. So I think maybe they counted it, but if I'm going off like the mathematics with the LeBron scoring title year, they don't like the points per game won't count, but the total points count. You know what I mean?
Interesting. No, because I just went to their
if they have it
you know,
there,
their logs. So Dwight legit funny enough, only led the league in blocks twice in his career, which is but he's always like a 2.5 average, like literally it seems like. And Wemby it's saying also
3.5.
2. So I mean like for blocks leader. Wait, let me just double check.
Yeah.
He's only played last year 3.6 blocks per game. This year that's 71 games played, and this year 3.8. Holy shit.
It's actually ridiculous.
And more than a steal a game.
Yeah,
Bro.
but all I'm gonna say is that guess what? Chet made it to the finals before you. Guess what? Make a playoff? Make a playoff, maybe? Shout out Thompson, make a playoff. Chet's gonna have a ring? Make a playoff?
Oh shit. Oh no. This is I think the best analogy there is Chet Holmgren is like if Carmelo got drafted to the Pistons in 2003-4 and wins the ring with the Pistons. So it's like, haha, make a finals. And then and LeBron is like on the Cavs, just like Wemby's on the Spurs, struggling and dying, and being godly, but like shit. But yeah, I think that's a good summarization of the last week or so. You know, we're still on point with the weekly episodes. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. We're excited to start covering the finals. Yes.
Quick tidbit. The Zombie Pacers are back at the game.
Shit!
Only 10. Only down 10.
Like I said in the beginning, 15 minutes ago when we started this recording, I said they have them right where they want them. And
the Zombie Pacers, man, you can't get rid of them. You just can't.
But yeah,
next pod. Hopefully these series are done. Even if they're not done, next pod for sure. We got some cooking.
Oh yeah,
some cooking.
Yeah, you guys enjoyed it last time.
What we did in the beginning of the year, basically that. But we'll give the details during the pod.
But yeah,
our boys watching this, check your texts.
Yeah,
we'll probably
we gotta get that started. I need to make mine. But anyways, yeah. Hit that like button. Leave a comment on if you think anyone got snubbed for All-NBA team or if you were as outraged as us. If you're an Ant fan, put in the comment section what he should improve on this offseason. I will be reading, reacting.
Let me know when we're flying to Oklahoma City for the parade.
And get some tickets for $150. Shout out to Oklahoma, man. That's fire.
I want to move there so badly.
Just for those ticket prices. And watch that team. Fire. All right. Take it easy. Ridgeway Pod. We out.